Because it is alkalinity that delivers the energy. There isn't a battery that man makes that is acid. It says alkaline. There is energy.
The African biomineral balance was not just a theory, but a fundamental truth that connected deeply with nature. Dr. Sebi emphasized that both the alkaline diet and the African biomineral balance were one and the same. Alkalinity, he asserted, is essential because it delivers energy to the body. Unlike acidic foods, which drain vitality, alkaline foods invigorate. He explained that the key to this energy lay in what he called electric food. Dr. Sebi highlighted the importance of native plants, emphasizing that these plants, created alongside humanity, were vital for health. Non-native plants, which often contain starch, did not provide the energy needed for life. Instead, they offered emptiness, leading to health issues that many face today. Dr. Sebi spoke passionately about the need to separate alkaline foods from acidic ones. He traced the roots of this knowledge back to Africa, sharing how, before colonization and the introduction of hybrid plants, the continent thrived on an abundance of alkaline foods. The practices that led to hybridization, common in other parts of the world, were absent in Africa.
It's a native plant. A native plant is a plant that came with nature, that came with the creation of the planet.
As he shifted to the topic of natural vegetation cell food, Dr. Sebi made it clear that this was not merely a label. He recalled a moment from his past where he received a call from a group in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. They recognized the purity of his products, understanding that they were free from the toxic elements found in much of today's food supply. Their intention was to stand as witnesses to the integrity of his work. This was not just about business. It was about a movement to restore health and vitality.
It happened to us that when my brother, who was a preacher for 30 years, was sick, and instead of going to God's medicine, he went to the physician to get a chemical in his arm. My brother died 21 years ago.
Dr. Sebi urged everyone to see the alarming reality. In Europe and the United States, after cancer and heart disease, prescription drugs rank as a leading cause of death. What happened to healing through nature? When did herbs, once the pillars of wellness, give way to carcinogenic chemicals? Dr. Sebi warned against the dangers of modern medicine and excessive interventions. His voice called for a return to our roots, an embrace of nature's bounty. The alternative he suggested was not merely a diet, but a lifestyle, one that complements our natural state. His message resonated deeply. Every morsel we consume should nourish and heal us. When seeking help, we often leave with a prescription instead of understanding the healing powers of herbs. As the Bible reminds us, the herbs are for healing.
What happened to the science that the physicians were using, medical science? It didn't work, isn't it? But it worked with me. The herbs work with me.
Dr. Sebi has always asserted that his dietary approach can make diseases disappear. He stood firm against the modern medical establishment, claiming that many have been misled. His conviction was that both foreign influences and our own trained professionals had steered us wrong. The question is, what led Dr. Sebi to this bold stance? He believed that the root of many ailments lies in mucus buildup in the body, and his solution was simple yet powerful: a diet rich in raw fruits, vegetables, grains, and nuts. Dr. Sebi emphasized the importance of consuming naturally colored foods rather than relying on pills. He often suggested that feeling unwell should send you straight to the vegetable aisle instead of the pharmacy. This perspective highlighted his belief in the body's ability to heal itself through natural means. His approach called for a complete rejection of processed foods and animal products, which he claimed were often concocted in labs. You might find it shocking, but he argued that staples like rice, beans, and even flour are far removed from their natural origins. Having once battled illness and obesity himself, Dr. Sebi turned his life around with his own herbal remedies and dietary changes. He confidently claimed to have cures for serious conditions like AIDS, diabetes, and even blindness. In fact, he recounted how a simple dietary shift helped his patients experience recovery within just 24 hours.
Well, what's the difference with AIDS and pneumonia? What's the difference with AIDS and TB? There is no difference.
Despite advancements in medicine, life expectancy in the UK has actually fallen since 2010. This alarming trend raises a crucial question. What is truly behind our declining health? Dr. Sebi emphasizes that an unhealthy aging population threatens our welfare system far more than simply having an aging population itself. A report from The Lancet offers a glimpse of hope. It indicates that if rising life expectancy translates into years of good health, health expenses might only increase by 0.7% of the UK's GDP by 2060. However, this optimistic outlook is overshadowed by the grim reality that chronic conditions like heart diseases, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure, many of which are preventable, are placing an enormous burden on the NHS. The staggering fact is that type 2 diabetes alone accounts for 10% of the NHS budget. Dr. Sebi urges us to consider what will happen if these trends continue unchecked. The British Heart Foundation warns of a surge in heart attacks and strokes in the next 2 decades if diabetes rates keep climbing. Yet despite these dire predictions, the focus often remains on medications that offer only marginal benefits. Many patients find themselves trapped in a cycle of prescriptions that provide minimal relief while masking the root causes of their ailments. Here lies the critical insight from Dr. Sebi. A transformative lifestyle change can not only lower the risk of disease, but can also enhance quality of life within weeks. The harsh truth is that many individuals experience debilitating side effects from medications, leaving them unable to enjoy even the temporary benefits they provide. Dr. Sebi encourages patients to rethink their approach. While medications may seem necessary, the real solution often lies in dietary changes. However, a shift in mindset is required to make this happen. In recent years, initiatives like the Academy of Medical Royal College's Choosing Wisely campaign have empowered patients to engage more actively in their healthcare decisions. Patients are encouraged to question whether they truly need certain medications or procedures. Dr. Sebi advocates for this open dialogue, as understanding personal values and beliefs is essential for effective treatment. Yet the modern medical field grapples with a pressing issue: over-medicalization. This term, coined in the 1970s, refers to the tendency to define conditions that were once seen as normal life experiences as medical problems. This over-reliance on medical interventions clouds our judgment and diverts us from simpler, often more effective solutions. Dr. Sebi's teachings remind us that health doesn't come from a pill, but from the foods we consume and the lifestyles we lead. He champions a plant-based diet rich in natural nutrients, urging people to embrace the power of healing through nature. Reflect on the concept of shyness. This natural trait, present in all of us, has been reclassified as a medical disorder in modern times. What was once a normal aspect of human behavior is now labeled as social phobia or anxiety. Dr. Sebi criticized this trend, noting that such labels lead to unnecessary medical intervention, complicating issues that were once simple and manageable. He often questioned why we have to delve into biochemistry when we shouldn't. God does not create poison, the complexities of modern medicine do. Dr. Sebi pointed out that excessive medical intervention often burdens patients with unnecessary costs, both financially and emotionally. Instead of helping people, it can trap them in a cycle of dependence on medication.
It's impossible because we forgot our mother and we have been entertaining the Western medicine. Western medicine said that there's no cure for any disease. Didn't we believe it?
Moreover, Dr. Sebi argued that the perception of being a patient often stems from social judgments rather than genuine health concerns. Individuals may find themselves labeled as unwell simply because their personality traits don't align with societal expectations. For instance, a person who is quieter might be seen as socially awkward, leading to a diagnosis that overlooks their true nature. He called for a return to natural living. Why should we rely on complicated medical explanations when nature provides a straightforward path to wellness? Dr. Sebi's message was not just about diet. It was about reclaiming our understanding of health and embracing our natural state. The problem with modern medicine, as Dr. Sebi explained, lies in the very essence of chemical prescriptions. These drugs, designed to treat specific ailments, often carry deadly side effects that many people overlook. He highlighted that the term side effects is misleading. They are not mere inconveniences, but can be as harmful as the original illness they were meant to treat. Dr. Sebi wanted us to understand that everything we consume can be a product of laboratory manipulation, and these chemicals often do more harm than good. By detoxifying the body, one could achieve an alkaline state that minimizes health risks. It was through this understanding that he developed his diet, which strictly included a curated list of fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, and herbs, all while banning animal products. His diet, known for its effectiveness, emphasizes that food is not just fuel, but medicine that can prevent illness and promote vitality.
Excuse me, there's not a disease that can't be cured
Okay.
in today's time. Now, like my grandfather always said, we have the tools to help you get cured, but if you don't have the faith and if you don't believe that the herbs is going to heal you, then it's not going to heal you.
Oh, wow.
The power of detoxification lies in its ability to renew the body. By following Dr. Sebi's guidance, many have reported not just weight loss, but a transformation in their overall health. They discovered that a cleaner body leads to a clearer mind and a revitalized spirit. With this newfound clarity, they could engage more fully in life, free from the chains of dependency on pharmaceuticals. Dr. Sebi believed that the path to health starts with the right diet, a diet that could make diseases disappear. He made it clear, processed meats were a ticking time bomb for our health. Just consuming 50 grams of these meats could raise the risk of cancer by 16%. This alarming statistic isn't just a number, it's a call to action. His nutritional guide laid down strict rules for anyone daring enough to embrace his lifestyle. Imagine having to drink a gallon of water daily while completely cutting out animal products, alcohol, and wheat. It sounds challenging, but Dr. Sebi's followers often described how liberating it felt to break free from traditional eating habits. The first step was always to stay true to the foods on his list, which primarily included fresh fruits and vegetables, rich in fiber and essential nutrients. Consider this. The fruits and vegetables in Dr. Sebi's diet aren't just good for you, they're vital for preventing heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers. Apples, bananas, dates, and oranges are packed with dietary fiber that can significantly lower the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Wild rice and quinoa, two staples in his diet, offer additional protection against the leading cause of death worldwide. Dr. Sebi's followers felt empowered as they discovered how these simple foods could change their lives.
Why do we go to see the doctor to give us a chemical when the Bible says the herbs are for the healing? Why do we go? Well, you're going to soon find out.
But there was a secret ingredient that Dr. Sebi swore by: sea moss. He claimed it kept him lively and active, fueling him with energy every morning. With its rich content of potassium chloride, omega-3s, and chlorophyll, sea moss was like a potion for reducing inflammation and speeding up recovery. Dr. Sebi's enthusiasm for this superfood was infectious, making it hard for anyone to ignore its benefits.
The sea moss grows very thick and very fast. And when you get a little bit of it and you put it in the pot, it gives you a whole lot of mucilage. The natural sea moss doesn't give you a whole lot of mucilage.
While mainstream science may not have fully backed his alkaline diet, the transformations his followers experienced spoke volumes. Many of them, celebrities like Michael Jackson, Lisa, and Eddie Murphy, found a new lease on life by embracing his teachings. The results were clear, swapping out the processed sugars of the Western diet for Dr. Sebi's natural alternatives led to better health and well-being. As his followers often said, nature's remedies are found in the garden, not in the laboratory. The journey to health through Dr. Sebi's diet may have seemed daunting, but for those brave enough to follow, it became a powerful tool for reclaiming their lives. With each meal, they took a step closer to a healthier future, all thanks to the guidance of Dr. Sebi.